Okay, good morning class. Today we will learn and explore together. But before we start our formal lesson, let us first read our objectives to be guided to our lesson this morning, okay? Our objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to first discuss the figure of speech, then distinguish the different types of figure of speech, create sentences using figure of speech, and appreciate the beauty of figures of speech and applying it in an essay, poem, and a song. So now, before we jump to our formal lesson, I prepared some exercises, which is the scrambled words. So any one of you can answer about the first first scrambled word.
Go.
Yes, you're correct. It is simile. The second word, who wants to answer? Yes, you're correct. It is what we call the hyperbole. The third one is what we call, yes, mister? Okay, that's correct. It is what we call metaphor. Then the last one, who can answer? Yes, that is what we call the personification. Okay? Personification. Okay, correct me if sorry, but I am wrong with my spelling. Please add here a letter E. Okay? Now, do you have any idea about our lesson this morning? Is all about figure of speech. So, these words is what we call the figure of speech. We have simile, hyperbole, metaphor, and personification. So now, let's discuss this further. Okay, now. So, what is simile? What is simile? Let's discuss first the simile. Okay? Simile, it is the comparison between two unlike things but have similar qualities.
Go.
Simile, it is use the words like and as to compare two things which are not truly the same. So for example, Martin is as cute as bear. So Martin compare with a bear, but we use as a form of comparison. So now, let's proceed with the metaphor. Metaphor. So here, metaphor. It is describe an object or action in a way that isn't literally true but help explain an idea or make a comparison. So metaphor, it is also comparison between two things which are not truly the same but given the direction, and there are no use of words like and as. It is not like simile that it uses as and like to compare things. In metaphor, we don't use as and like to compare things or person. For example, she had a heart of a stone. She explained, or she...
Go.
This time, let's proceed to the third types of figure of speech, which is the hyperbole or hyperbole. Okay?
pa man, di ba?
Liwata na lang. Next, let's proceed to the third types of figure of speech, which is the hyperbole. So now, a figure of speech that consists of an exaggeration, it is the usage of exaggerated terms in order to heighten the effects of something. So, example of hyperbole is, I have told you 1,000,000 times not to touch my stuff. So, he or she exaggerate the word million times to show his expressions. Okay? The last one is what we call the personification. The last types of figure of speech is what we call personification. Personification it is when attributes of human nature or human qualities to abstract or inanimate object. For examples, when often used to the praise like the howling wind, dancing leaves, and times flies, or etc. So the example of personification is the opportunity knock at his door. So he used knock to express or to give some meaning about the word opportunity.
Go.
So now let's review first the simile. Simile uses words like and as in comparing two things that are not truly the same. For example, Virgie is like a sun in the middle of the darkness. Next is the metaphor.
Go.
Metaphor, which is describe an object. It is also describe object or action, but not puta.
Go.
Unlike simile, metaphor don't. Thank you for your active participation and thank you for listening this morning, class. I hope that you learn about the figure of speech. And I hope that you have a lot of learning this morning. Please give yourself a 5 claps for your participation and good understanding this morning. Thank you and God bless.